What I said now, it was not for brownie points. I just really feel that, so I just want to share that. But Geraldine asked me to prepare something, so instead of being off the cuff, I put some thoughts down. Teaching Nussach today. What is Nussach? Where and how is it used? And more crucial for our days, how do we teach Nussach? To begin with, for me personally, before we touch Nussach even, is the comprehensive understanding of the word, language of prayer, Perush HaMilim. A deep understanding of the place and the mode, intention, and the meaning of each word in the context of phraseology of each sentence. The pronunciation, in whatever style one delivers the text. So here are some highlights of approach to teaching Nussach. Some will Nussach grow up with by listening to different cantors, ballet tefillah, or growing up with a sound being engraved in their subconsciousness. My focus here, of course, is the serious professional approach to study of Nussach. So, for some musicians, I just discovered, for the non-musicians, I just discovered through a student of mine that I taught 25 years ago, a collection of high holiday recordings files which I gave you on cassettes, and you now digitalize it. In fact, Isidore, I sent it to you to share with the 4 cassettes that were recorded, supposedly by me, of course, not necessarily according to Kachko alto, but a variety, from Taurus Greenberg and different from Balber and so forth. Before any specific or particular prayer in general, the basis of Nussach, its structure, how it is used, and the purpose of authenticity in the style. What is Missinai? What is psalmodic chant? The structure of modality and the backbones of Nussach. In general, about ornamentation and the tenuot, which we found in each movement. Short, long, with regards to specific text. And where does any individual come into his own picture in delivering his own ideas? All this in general before approaching a study of particular section of tefillot, be it Shabbat, Regalim, or high holidays. A wide and detailed explanation of a different melodic sequence in different prayers throughout the year. The adherence to meticulous Missinai tunes and what they represent as opposed to freestyle chanting in prayer, the usage of different sounds of different prayers even though they are based on the same mode, using different parts of the scale of the tetrachord. Example, Magen Avot on Friday night is Magen Avot, right? But also the Yishtabach mode on Saturday morning is Magen Avot. But the tetrachord in which you sing it, Magen Avot, but morning, it uses the bottom tetrachord. So these kind of demonstrations the teacher should do. Before I articulate my 2 favorite approaches to the study of Nussach, I quote my uncle Israel Alter, Kindleben. When you get lost in Nussach, go back to the Stiebel. What I did yesterday, I went back to the Stiebel because I didn't know what I was doing for Shacharit. I really went back to the Stiebel, but a little bit influence of Ravitz and Glanz and Genshav and Alter were there too. But I really went down to the Stiebel. How true it is that unfortunate I was for bringing these sounds to my congregation for 41 blessed years. So here is one approach which is taught at the HUC, the Hebrew Union College. As Alter said to me when I arrived at the age of 21, you have got to wipe out all you know from the past and learn meticulously these words, these Kachko books, note by note, by heart, had to learn the entire Kachko repertoire, Shabbat, Regalim, and High Holiday. That was before he wrote his manuscripts, which I was living with him at the time, and many times I helped him to write a phrase here and there. with, of course, the coaches and the mentors like Alter Genschow, Avery, Belfer, and later the younger generation of today. It was later that the other schools adopted Alter's commissioned manuscripts for the entire year. At the JTS, however, and other schools, I understand, use a different approach with the guidance and the genius of a master like Max Wahlberg and the great Charles Davidson, who developed a system of approaching it by pointing out phrases in different modalities and teaching the students to create their own combination of phrases in the particular prayer sections of the liturgy. In conclusion, I think that this kind of approach is only beneficial to the advanced student of Nussach, not to a beginner to start improvising glatt in the Welt rein. To my mind, the most effective way of mastering the Nussach is to study very closely the manuscripts of the masters, as example of Kachko and Alter, Joshua Lin, Todos Grünberg, Ravitz, Neeman, and all the other ones that are available. To comprehend the out-of-print classics, which I received as a gift from Eric Werner, Dr. Eric Werner, when I graduated at HUC, and the Sulsa and the Tfilah, the Balber, and deepen one's knowledge in digging into the great treasury of the art of the Chazan.
Thank you.